Welcome. We're back.
Happy 2018.
Happy 2018. It's our first Friends Chat Tuesday for the year. Wow.
So we thought we'd take some time to just share a bit about how this all started and what we're thinking about going forward, and just a bit about 2018 and our hopes, I guess. Yeah. Cool.
What this channel even means, and like even about that, it's so crazy, guys, how this channel started. It's so crazy. We just went and like sitting, having tea, just chatting, and then. But even before that, we've been talking about how we have conversations that we feel that we shouldn't just be privy to them, that it can be opened up to so many more people. And so from there, we just are like, okay, so how about we just record? And here we are.
And then we're like, where do we put it up? And then we just put a hashtag that was like Friends Chat. And then this one girl, Musog, she was like, hey, is Friends Chat a channel? Like, and then we're like, guys, are we a channel?
Could we be a channel?
That's our first videos on a different platform. And then the following week, we're like, okay, we're a channel, subscribe.
3 months later, here we are.
3 months later with 151 subscribers.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Trusting us. So we just want to share a little bit about what our vision is. We had a conversation yesterday, and I was saying for me, really, I'd really love for our channel to just share classical wisdom. Like, you know, the kind of things where you're like, oh, I read that in a proverb, or like, oh, that seems more true, as opposed to just like the willy-willy that you read everywhere and everyone has different opinions. So that's just like, that was my feeling or vision for the channel, that you would sit in it and just be like, that's wisdom for life.
Yeah. And in a similar vein, my feeling was just creating an authentic space. So you have all these weird conversations in your head where you think, I'm probably the only one thinking about this, but coming to the space and realizing, hey, we're actually thinking about all the same things that are awkward to mention, when you're like, I'm actually scared, you know? So creating a space where we can be vulnerable, have honest conversations, and relatable conversations.
Am I loving too much?
Exactly.
Am I doing something too much?
In my 20s and confused? I don't know what I'm doing, winging it.
And also just like making it relatable. So we really wanted it to feel as if we're chatting, but like you also sitting there with your cup of coffee, you're chatting, you're in the conversation. That's why we love and welcome your comments so much. And that the space is non-threatening, the space is open to every point of view. And we really hope that that comes across, because that's truly how we relate and want to relate with all of you guys. So we hope like you love it.
You enjoy the channel and subscribe. So then we just want to speak just a little bit, just so the video is not 2 minutes. Just 1 or 2 of our highs from last year, and really just like our thoughts about the year going forward. So a high and a hope for the year.
I think a learning of mine from last year was that I don't have to be strong all the time. I don't even have to come across as weak. I'm not sure what the word weak is.
You're not comfortable with that.
I'm not comfortable with the word weak, but there's still a journey there. But I don't have to be strong all the time, and I don't even have to come across as strong.
When did that occur to you?
All the time. It occurred to me at the end of the year, when I was reflecting and thinking of things that I thought were like, oh, that was tough. But then how I quickly got myself out of it. And then when I realized, I was like, no man, I could have actually just said, you know what, this hurts, I don't like it. You know what I mean?
I'm actually okay.
I'm fine, I'll never be weak, you know? So
that's awesome.
So now I'm like, okay. And that was what? Let's just share our learning, share our thing.
So I think mine was the whole, you don't have to be everything to everyone. And I think
I'm still like, alright.
It's hectic. Because I think I'd always subconsciously wanted to be, you know, and I guess it's related to that strength thing where, you know, you're just the present friend, you're the funny friend, you're killing it in all these different committees, you read, you mentor kids in your spare time. So
I still do all of those things, by the way.
This is true. But I think I had a lot of this idealistic view of self and what I could be without neglecting myself, and I got to a point end of last year where I was just lying in bed, woe is me, because I felt not that word, I'm not comfortable with that word, but where I just felt like I wasn't making time for myself because I was trying to be everything to everyone. So that's the learning.
Oh wow. Now I feel like I have another one which kind of almost seems like we're all weak last year. But I'm like, it's like going a different trail. Like what I think I also realized how weak I am as a human. I was just like, hey, I thought I was strong. Now I'm crying almost, you know, I'm just like, again, you are crying. Again.
Are you crying?
Again. But here's my biggest learning from last year. I think the word loved is my theme word for the year. It's a lot longer to explain. But I just have a much bigger sense that our purpose and our reason for being here is rooted in something much larger than ourselves. And that's love, first of all, beyond anything else. And not like the superficial kind of like, I love you, my friend, or I'll do this for you and then I don't do whatever. But like the essence of us being on earth. There's a profound birth, which is love. Like just being with family, having family, being born out of a network that is bigger than yourself, that's always there. There's something to me that says that's purpose and that's love. Like that's my big thing for the year. Yeah.
So mine is this concept of truer answers, and where it comes from is just feeling like a lot in our culture we don't value honesty, so we value dressing things up and not just being honest about the root of a lot of things. So truer answers, being truer to myself, being truer to my dreams and my hopes, and being truer to the process. So not having an idea of what different things should look like and just experiencing them and being honest about, okay, this is what it looks like and it's nothing like what I had in mind, or it supersedes what I had in mind. So just giving truer answers and more thoughtful answers. Yeah.
I agree that one of my things also this year is truth. You know, I just think it's so absolute that it's such a safe place, I think, to hinge everything on.
Yeah.
Whatever is true, you just like, and that's it, right? I just find it so secure. And the other thing is, I've been thinking about is that my line for the year is always take the road that's less traveled the whole time. Take the harder decision, make the harder decision. The one that is not so comfortable for you, but it's the road less traveled. The one that kind of like along the way, not many people know what are the treasures along that road. And so almost like pioneer it, see what if you did do it, you know? What if you did just believe that you really could do that one thing you've been planning for you in your mind when I'm 30, but how about I do it now? Right? So I'm just like, I'm keen to make harder decisions. Things that challenge me.
It actually reminds me of this book written by Robert Sharma, where he explains this concept of collapsing the timeline. Where you have this timeline of I'll do this when I'm 40, I'll do that when I'm 50, but what if you collapsed it and started doing smaller actions of that thing now? Wouldn't life look significantly different, but wouldn't you also be living in a lot of what you dream to be living in? And you could do it now, you know? So 2018 is...
That's our challenge to you.
Yes, do it.
That's our challenge
That's
to
what
you.
you've been planning to do.
Collapse your
Timeline.
Collapse your timeline. Let's do it. I think it'd be awesome to hear what you guys have been planning for the year.
Yes.
What are your mantras? What are your thoughts? What are your reflections on 2017 as well? And what would you like to see from us?
Absolutely.
And just as a little teaser, what's coming up in the topic lineup for the month?
How far does your feminism go? That's coming up this month.
Finding Mr. Right. Coming up
Valentine's.
And a little survival guide for all the first years and anyone who wants to reflect on
Looking
first
back
year.
on our first years.
Looking back on our first years, guys. Wow.
Anyway, so
Cool.
that's the month of February. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.